People try an app, try a mobile web e-commerce experience. If it doesn't work or something goes wrong, they're not likely to come back. My name's David Deakin. I am a digital media and technology lawyer at Wiggin. Wiggin is a digital brands, technology, media company, specialists in the field. You've got to respect the customer and their details, and there's got to be transparency and fairness and clarity in what you're doing with data and details. And from a point of view of what can go wrong, you've got to avoid it going wrong. You've got to have strong technology in place, strong security in place, strong contractual relationships with your suppliers, because it's absolutely crucial. These are the kind of hygiene factors, the must-haves at the bottom to get it absolutely right. If it does go wrong, it's impossible to say who would be liable, because it depends on, is it all you, or have you outsourced some of it, or are they, got another kind of hosting environment somewhere else? There's a number of people who could be responsible, but the key is to try desperately to avoid that happening by having the right back-end technology, security, suppliers, due diligence, contracting in place to be as watertight as possible. An app can be anything, and people have a lot of misconceptions about what an app, and try to say an app is a particular type of thing. Essentially, an app is an application. It's a bit of software, and that bit of software can do anything that you want it to do. It can be an extra piece of functionality that you download to your phone, your little computer, as if you were taking a CD-ROM and putting it into your PC, adding functionality to your computer. An app can also be, and this is the main bit that's probably relevant in the kind of the retail environment, is making the web work better on a smaller screen. So you can access websites on mobile devices, but they don't work very well because the browser experience isn't very good. But an app essentially repurposes that content, the same web content drawn from the same servers, but rendered and displayed in a better way that works for devices. I think the mobile industry in particular has changed hugely, because, if you think back not so long ago, a mobile phone made telephone calls and had SMS in it and maybe a snake game in it. Whereas now, essentially, a mobile phone is a computer in your pocket. It's not a one-size-fits-all. You may have an e-commerce website. That per se does not necessarily work on a device. It has to be purposed. It has to be, that experience has to be changed to make it work on a mobile phone. It might be the same on a tablet, but again, talking about connected TVs, it's all about e-commerce, but it's not necessarily the same experience in your living room with a big TV 10 feet away as opposed to on a mobile here. The laws do differ across the world. There's a certain amount of kind of standardization obviously within Europe. EU rules generally come from a central source, and there's a degree of international standards arising around kind of payment security and that sort of stuff. But ultimately the law is developing. As with all technology areas, the law is trying to keep up and trying to refresh itself and be interpreted in new scenarios.